Koundé continues his run, ball on his left foot, tries to get the cross in, cut out by Koundé, corner to Borussia Dortmund. There's a lot to be positive about here for Borussia Dortmund. And if they could only have given themselves a bit more of a platform from the first leg, I mean, they really were. I mean, as good as Barcelona were last week, Borussia Dortmund were absolutely terrible. But that, I think, Borussia Dortmund fans will say sums up Dortmund over the last couple of seasons. They can, on the day, be absolutely superb, and on the day they can also be very, very disappointing as they were last week. So Pascal Gross to take this corner for Dortmund. Over on the far side, the Dortmund left, right-footed, swept in towards the far post. There's the header down. That's a nice simple one for Szczesny in goal. It was the header from the defender, Ben Sabani, at the far post, but it was just a sort of cushioned header back to the goalkeeper in the end. Forward by Frankie de Jong. It's not going to find a Barcelona shirt though. Dortmund will come again. That's a really poor ball out of the bench there by Anton, which goes straight to Rafinha. Rafinha plays it back towards the edge of his own penalty area. Frankie de Jong now has it outside the centre circle. Find Koundé over on the far side. Down the line it goes. This is better from Barcelona as it's picked up by Lopez. Lopez back inside his own half again with Frankie de Jong. Square to his right hand, to his left hand side this time even. And there's the first time release ball towards Rafinha. This is a chance for Rafinha to rush towards the edge of the penalty area. He's inside the penalty area. Can he get the cross in? He attempted to, but it hits the defender Soul, and it goes out of play down this near side for a Barcelona throw-in down this near side. The Barcelona left. Nicolas Soul just remaining tight there to the Brazilian Rafinha. This throw-in's going to be taken by Gerard Martin, the number 35 for Barcelona. It's midway between the byline and the edge of the penalty area, and down the line it goes towards Rafinha. Rafinha just hits it out of play. Throw in to Dortmund in exactly the same position as the previous one. Barca haven't settled here. Maybe not quite sure whether to sink or twist. They've got such a big lead, haven't they? They don't need to attack, but I do feel they've left the game slightly more open than you'd expect a team with a lead that they have. Barcelona want a free kick here for a foul by Guirassy midway inside the Dortmund half on de Jong. So it'll be a free kick to Barca, just a few yards infield from the left-hand touchline, midway inside the Dortmund half. And it'll be taken by Rafinha, who's having the season of his life. He really is. 28 goals in all competitions, plus all the assists as well. He really has turned into the player we all thought he may become one day. There's the ball towards the back post, completely missed by everybody, and Dortmund get it clear towards the edge of the penalty area. Loop back towards the far post, but that's going to have too much on it, and it bounces once and goes behind. Goal kick to Lamine Yamal. It was with the delivery in. We've reached the midway point of the first half here at the Westfalen, and it's Borussia Dortmund 1, Bayern Munich 0. The penalty from Serhou Guirassy in the 11th minute, reducing Barcelona's overall lead on aggregate by 4-1. Lamine Yamal wins the ball for Barcelona. Edge of the penalty, goes for the 1-2 between himself and Lopez. Doesn't quite work out, and Dortmund can clear. Long ball forward towards the halfway line. Can Barca win this one back? No, they can't. And it's played nicely out towards this near side. The Dortmund right back towards the edge of the penalty area. First time ball pour up on Soul. It's a really poor one though. Straight to a Barcelona shirt, and that Barcelona shirt is Gavi. Gavi infield to de Jong, just inside the centre circle. Loses possession now. This is an opportunity for Dortmund. These are the chances they've got to take when they do win possession back deep inside the Barca half. Out towards Adeyemi it goes. He's looking to take on Jules Koundé. Can he get the cross in now? Has the ball on his right foot, twisting, turning, back down towards the byline, onto his left foot, back onto his right foot again. Three Barcelona players around him, and in the end just plays it back towards the edge of the penalty area. Cross comes in eventually towards the far post. There's the header clear for Barcelona through Kubasi, but the yellow shirts will pick up the pieces again. Out towards this near side it goes from Couto, now the right-hand side for Dortmund. Level with the edge of the penalty area. Infield it goes, looped over the top. I think that's going to have too much on it. Indeed it is. It bounces once and goes through to Wojciech Szczesny. It's still 1-0 here on the night. Szczesny, of course, ex-Juventus, ex-Arsenal as well, of course, and he really has taken his chance due to that unfortunate injury to Ter Stegen, of course, which has propelled him towards the Barcelona #1 shirt. That's a really poor clearance by Barcelona towards the far side, out of play. So it'll be a throw-in. And Dortmund have already taken it. They've thrown back inside their own half. Laid off by Ben-Sebaini. And then he goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Cabell, just outside the D. Takes one touch and then kicks long down the centre. Header clear by Ario, which falls kindly for Barca as well. And De Jong forward towards Gavi, back inside their own half with Jules Koundé, closed down. Goes back to the goalkeeper again, just on the edge of the penalty area. Out he goes low towards Kubasi. Kubasi goes square to his left-hand side, and Gerard Martin, long ball forward, left-footed, over the top, over the halfway line. Only finds a yellow shirt, clear towards the halfway line, but Barca pick up the pieces again. Out towards this near side, inside left position now is Rafinha, just outside the penalty area. Sweeps it out towards Lamine Yamal. First touch is poor, just retreats slightly. Still has possession though, the youngster. And then goes in field towards Lopez. Lamine Yamal gets the ball back again. Jules Koundé is hugging the touchline over the far side, but he decides to loop it over the top. Lamal, and in the end that's only going to find a yellow shirt, and Anton can clear this one over on the far side. In fact, there was an offside flag up over on that far side anyway. 25 minutes played here at the Westfalen. Borussia Dortmund 1, Barcelona 0. 11th minute penalty from Guirassy separating the sides. Just got to take this game in chunks, really. Dortmund, if they can win every quarter, they get a goal every quarter. It's as simple as that, really, isn't it? Football can be a very simple game. They've got the first goal in the first quarter, and they get another one before half-time. And carry on like that, and who knows? One of the greatest comebacks ever seen in the Champions League. Barcelona, of course, hold that record as the greatest ever comeback in the Champions League when they turned a 4-0 deficit around against Paris Saint-Germain, of course, and won the second leg by 6 goals to 1. That was Neymar's night. That really was the greatest night in a Barcelona shirt, really, for Neymar. Certainly individually, anyway. Dortmund have possession with Anton. Oh, loses possession. They could be in trouble here. If they can get the ball out to Lamine Yamal, right towards this left-hand side, inside the penalty area. This is Barca's opportunity, and it's put horribly wide by Lopez. The offside flag was up anyway, and I think the ball towards Lamine Yamal was on, because I think he was in an onside position. It was picked up by, Lamine Yamal was definitely onside. The ball was picked up by Gavi, who won possession back midway inside the Dortmund half. It was really sloppy, actually, from Dortmund. And he had Lamine Yamal to his right-hand side and Rafinha to his left. And he decided to go towards the left-hand side, and Rafinha, who was offside anyway. And Paris Saint-Germain have scored again. And it's, well, if it wasn't already over, it's certainly over now. It's Aston Villa 0, Paris Saint-Germain 2 now. Many people's favourites to win the tournament now, PSG. And they do quite like beating English teams, don't they? They saw off Liverpool, they look like they're going to see off Aston Villa, and of course they could play Arsenal in the semi-finals. And Nuno Mendes, who scored in the first leg, of course, has scored in the second as well. It's now 5-1 on aggregate, and that one's becoming a little bit messy for Aston Villa at Villa Park. Here it's 4-1 on aggregate to Barcelona, 1-0 on the night to Borussia Dortmund. And Barca play it long down the centre, but that's going to have far too much on it. That one's going to go through to the goalkeeper. And he bowls it out low, gets the ball back on the edge of his 6-yard area, out to Mecca, back to the goalkeeper again. Loops it out towards his near side this time, because he spotted Soul in space. Over the halfway line it goes. Soul gets it back from Couto, and then plays it back midway inside the Dortmund half. There's the long ball diagonally from right to left, searching ball out towards the far side. It's a nice one as well, headed on towards the edge of the penalty area, and Adeyemi's on the left-hand side of the penalty area for Borussia Dortmund. Is he going to get the cross in? He just holds the ball up. Eventually the cross comes in. It took a nick off a Barca player, and it's cleared out towards this near side. And they'll get a free kick here, Dortmund, because Rafinha back there defending, trying to win the ball back, brings down Couto. And it'll be a free kick just outside the penalty area, pretty much level with the right-hand side of the penalty area. Probably about 30 yards out, I would say. Pascal Gross, by the looks of things, is going to take it, the ex-Brighton man. And this is an opportunity for Dortmund. These are the sort of opportunities they've got to make the most of this evening. And what I'll be hoping for here is a little bit of class from Pascal Gross with his delivery here, right-footed from this near side. Barca's line is just inside the penalty area, about 16 yards from goal. And Pascal Gross, right arm up in the air, up he steps now, clips it in. It's a brilliant delivery, oh, and it was a free header, and it's straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. What an opportunity that was for Beer. Max Beer. Oh, he would have been offside anyway, just looking at a replay of it. Spared his blushes because he should have scored. Really should have. Free header from about 8 yards out, heads it straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. But he was, looking at a replay of it, a good yard or so on offside. Barca held their line very well, and Barca won a free kick over on the far side. Just under half an hour played here at the Westfalen. Dortmund 1, Barca 0. Borussia Dortmund have never beaten Barcelona in a competitive European match. Well, things could change tonight, but of course they could win this game and still go out. Jules Koundé takes this free kick and sweeps the ball from right to left to find Gerard Martin. Low ball towards the halfway line, flicked on beauty towards Rafinha. Rafinha's in business down this near side, he's free. I think he was just onside. He's inside the penalty area, he's held up, and in the end loses possession. Really good bit of defending actually from Soul to win that ball back. I'm not entirely sure Rafinha was onside anyway. They've lost the ball again in a dangerous position. No, they haven't, because the referee has seen a free kick, a foul there on Anton, and Dortmund breathe again. I'd like to see a replay of that as to whether Rafinha was onside down this near side. Either way, it's a brilliant bit of defending from Nicolas Soul. Rafinha just showed enough of the ball to Soul, and that was enough for him to get a nick on the ball and clear it for Dortmund. Here's Adeyemi over on the far side for Dortmund. He looks dangerous over on that far side, and most of the good things that are happening for Dortmund in this first half are coming through Karim Adeyemi. Ball's gone out of play on the far side. It will be a Barcelona throw-in. We do inside their own half, down the Barcelona right. Aston Villa 0, PSG 2, just a reminder. Now Lamine Yamal's got an opportunity to run over on the far side now. Cuts in field, just outside the penalty area. Cross comes in, left-footed towards the edge of the penalty area. And Lewandowski picks it up on the left-hand corner of the penalty area. Just slows play down. Gerard Martin now, in field to Gavi. Gavi pokes it back out. Again to Martin, steadies himself, low ball across the edge of the 18-yard line. Beautifully worked from Barcelona, and it almost fell for Rafinha. It was a lovely 1-2 between Rafinha and Lewandowski on the edge of the penalty area, but it was just slightly overrun by the pole, and it goes through to the Dortmund goalkeeper, Kobel. Free kick now to Dortmund, as down goes the number 5, Ben Semeini. So this free kick midway inside the Dortmund half, just to right of centre, and it'll be taken by Nicolas Soul. Soul turns and goes back towards the edge of his penalty area, and in the end it goes back to Kobel, the goalkeeper. One touch to take it towards his left-hand side, then plays it out low towards that far side, and Svensson, before it goes to Adeyemi. Lovely turn by Adeyemi. Can he continue his run? No, he can't, because the challenge comes in and Barca win possession back. Frankie de Jong now just outside the centre circle. Forward it goes for Barca. They're just starting to tick now, Barca, it feels. Gavi goes back out towards that far side. Gavi picks it up again. Infield to Frankie de Jong. Back again to Gavi out towards that far touchline, and Lamine Yamal, who plays it down the line and back towards the halfway line. And Koundé takes the ball inside his own half, just retreating, and then right foot, he goes all the way back to Szczesny, the goalkeeper. Out it goes towards the left-hand side of the D to Kubasi. Forward to Gerard Martin. It's a really poor, sloppy ball forward by him. Dortmund win it again, and Dortmund are just as charitable as Barcelona are. They diff the ball straight back to the Catalans. Out towards this near side, left-hand corner of the penalty area now with Kubasi. And Pau Kubasi goes back to Wojtek Szczesny. Then the long ball forward for Barca towards the halfway line, towards Lewandowski, cut out by Pascal Gross, looped over the top towards Guirassy. It's not going to find him though, and Barcelona can clear over the far side. It's Jules Koundé, goes for the 1-2 between himself and Lopez. And then back towards Ario, the Uruguayan closed down quickly, lays it back to Kubasi, forward to Frankie de Jong. De Jong brings it towards the halfway line and then releases Rafinha down the left-hand side. Rafinha cuts in field. He's still just inside his own half, the Brazilian. Oh, what a beautiful ball forward with the outside of the boot as well towards Lopez. That was a beauty there from the ex-Leeds man. Back it goes towards the edge of the 18-yard line, though, and Kubasi. Aston Villa have got one back. They needed the first goal tonight, surely. Yuri Tillemans, the Belgian, has scored for Villa. They needed that first goal, didn't they? They've got a goal, but PSG have already got two, so it's now 5-2 on aggregate. And a few more goals required yet from Unai Emery's men if they're to cause a huge shock there at Villa Park. So Aston Villa 1, PSG 2 on the night. Barca have got a free kick on the halfway line, which Jules Koundé takes. 1-2 between himself and Frankie de Jong. Still inside their own half. Barca sloppy, losing possession. Can Dortmund take advantage of it? Well, the game has stopped. There's going to be a yellow card actually there for Frankie de Jong for that foul. A little bit of frustration in the field just creeping in with Barca. They've certainly not been their fluid selves as de Jong brings down the I think it was Mecca, indeed it was. He goes down under the sliding challenge from the Dutchman. Free kick to Dortmund, and the first yellow card dished out by our referee Maurizio Mariani this evening. Dortmund, this free kick is just outside the centre circle, inside the Barca half. Back inside their own half they go with Ben Sebaini. Loops it forward towards Adeyemi. I think it's going to have too much on it, and Jules Koundé is old enough and wise enough to shepherd that one out of play. It'll be a goal kick to Barca. We're inside the last 10 minutes of the first half. Borussia Dortmund 1,